Assalamu alaikum, my dear student. I am Rahinuddin Shankar, lecturer in English, Pastor Begum Anwar Degree College. Today, I will start my class through the use of auxiliary verb. In my previous class, two classes, I have discussed the topic as usual. Now I will also discuss the point with the student. Before starting the new part, now I am interested to discuss some previous example for the student, so the student may get some information about the previous class. He go to Dhaka daily. Read the daily. Here I read two sentences for the student to memorize the previous discussion. Subject third person singular number, subject third person singular number in present indefinite tense. We have to add as or yes after main verb. This is the most important point for the student. Right answer goes. Correct answer reads. As yes, we have to know if the subject third person singular number in present indefinite tense. We have to add as or yes after main verb. As or yes after main verb. But we have to know in which verb takes yes after, and some verbs will take s. So we have to know that definitely যে ধরনের ভার্বের শেষে ss ch x o z h ইত্যাদি থাকবে, এই ধরনের ভার্বের শেষে es, বাকি সকল ক্ষেত্রে আমরা s যোগ করব। এই ধরনের ভার্বের শেষে s h ss x o z h ইত্যাদি থাকবে, এই ধরনের ভার্বের শেষে আমরা es যোগ করব, বাকি সকল ভার্বের ক্ষেত্রে s যোগ করব। have has is the most important verb in present perfect tense and also in present tense, because in present tense have has used আছে অর্থে, in perfect tense as an auxiliary verb. So we have to know the use of have has. Subject I, we, you, they, the student, he, she, it, I have, we have, you have, they have, the student have, people have, he has, she has, it has, the student has. This one, two part here, use of have has. First person plural number, second person singular plural, third person plural number, third person plural, third person number. Third person singular, third person singular number, third person singular, third person singular. Here we can conclude the point that for the students, because if we think that the use of have has as an auxiliary verb or main verb, we find that have is used before after first person singular, first person plural, second person singular, second person plural, third person plural. On the other hand, has is used after third person singular number, So we may say that has is the singular verb, have is called a plural verb. Has is called a singular verb. So we have to bear in mind that point that if we find in the subject this is third person singular number, we have to use has as an auxiliary verb or main verb. We have to bear in mind the point that if we write I have a cow, just a cow, I have a cow, we have a cow, you have a cow, they have a cow, the student have a cow, people have a cow, he has a cow, she has a cow, each has a cow, a student has a cow. This is present indefinite tense, not present perfect tense, because after have we don't find any third form of verb. Then we have to think that this is present indefinite tense. Have here is the main verb, has here is the main verb, ache orthe. On the other hand, if we want to make the sentence in the present perfect tense, we have to write any of the third form of verb, such as I have or he has written a letter. Written a letter. I have written a letter, we have written a letter, you have written, they have written, the student, people have written, he has written a letter, he has written a letter, it has written a letter, the child can read daraja, no problem. A student has written a letter, children or child shishu, the baby, some baby in the under they may write in short form letter. This is not the regular thing, but a student has written a letter. However, we can conclude that the use of have as is very much easy for the student, very much important for the student. If we want to make it a sentence, form a sentence, we need have as ache orthe amaderke have as use kora hoy ar chilo orthe had use kora hoy. On the other hand, use of had is used after all the number and person. After all the number and person, this is common use, no problem. Had. A cow. I had a cow, he had a cow, we had a cow, they had a cow. The student had a cow, people had a cow, he had a cow, they had a cow, it had a cow, the student had a cow. Had is an auxiliary verb or main verb. This is used after all form of subject and number and person. All number and person. If there is a subject from any number and person, we can use had. Let's write some example for the benefit of the student. She have she has bought a book. Second, they have had brought a table. Third, we have had a garden. Garden. Four, I have has ball. She have has bought a book. They have has brought a table. We have has a garden. I have has a pen. You have has a ball. Two auxiliary verbs are set here for the student so that they may clearly understand the points for their benefit. Though this is elementary level of learning, some student or some learners may comment that, oh sir, we know it, this is an elementary or primary level of study, but I definitely know that maximum student of our country, not only intermediate but also degree level of the student, they don't know the use of have and has. 96 up the more than 60% student. So for the benefit, because 60% or 20%, all the and 20% bad student, on the other hand 20% weak student, both are student, we have to go forward, we have to go ahead among with all the students. And she has, right answer has, right answer has. She has brought, they have brought a table. We have a garden. I have a pen. You have a ball. She has a book. She has a book. Sorry, change to she. He has a book. Here you find some use of have and have has. So student, I think that they can easily realize the point, understand the point, and they can, if they regularly practice, I hope that it will be very easy for them. Okay. might, can, could, should, would, must. They are called modal auxiliary. They, after any subject, they are used. We can use them. There is no definite. All the subjects always takes them as a auxiliary verb, such as I should, we should, you should, they should, she should, he should. You find the use of should. All the number and person always takes as should as auxiliary verb. Should go there. I should go there. আমার সেখানে যাওয়া উচিত. We should go there. আমার সেখানে যাওয়া উচিত. You should go there. তোমার সেখানে যাওয়া উচিত. They should go there. তাদের সেখানে যাওয়া উচিত. She should go there. She should go there. তার সেখানে যাওয়া উচিত. উচিত হতে should use করা হয়. We have to bear in mind the point that all the modal auxiliary, after all the modal, we have to use base form of verb. This is the most important topic for the student. We have to always take the base form of verb after modal auxiliary. Must, 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 must. I must go there. অবশ্যই যা. I must go, we must go, you must go, they must go. She must go, he must go. All the subjects, after all the subjects, we can use must as an auxiliary verb. I would go, we would go, you would go, they would go, she would go, he would go. I would go, আমি যেতাম সেখানে. We would go, আমরা যেতাম সেখানে. You would go, তুমি যেতে সেখানে. They would go, he would go, she would go. We can use would after all the subjects. All the number and person, always we can use after all the number and person would as an auxiliary verb. Shall, should. Shall, will. Use of shall, will. Use of shall, will is the most important topic. In British English, we know the use of shall, will. First person will take shall as an auxiliary verb, and all the unnumbered person always takes will as an auxiliary verb. But in American English, shall, will, there is no specific rules. Just in maximum time, we will find the use of will as an auxiliary verb. And definitely বিশেষভাবে জোর প্রকাশ করতে গেলে ফার্স্ট পারসন, সেকেন্ড পারসন, ফার্স্ট পারসন উইল টেক অ্যান্ড সেকেন্ড পারসন থার্ড পারসন শেল ইউজ করা হয় বিশেষ জোর প্রকাশ করার ক্ষেত্রে। I shall go, we shall go, will go, will go, will go, I shall, we shall. I is first person singular plural. All the other persons and numbers always takes a will as an auxiliary verb in British English. So we have to bear in mind the point at the time of, especially in voice, we have to memorize the points for the perfect grammar. As it is the final class of using auxiliary verb, so we may discuss all the previous lesson for the student welfare, for the students' welfare. It will help students to memorize the previous lesson easily. Let me recently yesterday I read some example here for the student, for the benefit of the students. He go there lately. She come here late recently. They not negative form come yesterday. They not go there daily. He not go there daily. You not go there. This is the right. We have to correctly write the verb. Here he lately indicates, as in my previous class I discussed that I will find some word recently, lately, yet, already, just now. All the word indicates we have to write the sentence in the present perfect tense. So if you want to write a sentence in the perfect tense, we have to know the use of the have and has. Perfect idea we should have. The correct answer will be this, that he has gone late. He has gone there late. The sentence will be also present perfect tense. We have to write has. They have come. Here, listen. In my previous lecture, I told you that use of do, does, did to make any sentence negative or interrogative, we need, if you don't find any auxiliary verb in the sentences, if you want to make the sentence negative or interrogative, we will need a verb. This is do, does, did. In present tense, do, does. In past tense, did will be used. Had, yesterday indicates this is the past indefinite form. So if we want to make the sentence negative form, we have to take the help of did, or we have to use did. They did not come yesterday. They did not come yesterday. They did not come yesterday. For he does not go there. He does not go there daily. 5. You do not go there. There are 3 sentences here about the use of do, does, did as an auxiliary verb. In which sentence we can use do, does? We have to use, we must use do, does or did as an auxiliary verb. We have to bear in mind the point, because yesterday indicates that sentence will be from past indefinite tense, so we have to make the sentence from past tense. As the sentence we have to make the sentence negative form, we have to take the help of will did as an auxiliary verb. As there is auxiliary verb in the sentence, to make any sentence negative or interrogative, we have to write an auxiliary verb. We have to take the help of an auxiliary verb. The auxiliary verb in past indefinite, this is a did. On the other hand, in present indefinite tense, we can use do, does as an auxiliary verb. To make the sentence into negative or interrogative, we have to write do, does as an auxiliary verb according to the rules. He, third person singular number, so we can use does as an auxiliary verb. Your second person, we can use do as an auxiliary verb. To make any sentence correct, we have to bear in mind the use of auxiliary verb, because if we don't have enough idea about using auxiliary verb, we can form any sentence correctly. So I have tried my best for the student, for the welfare of the student, because if any student wants to form any sentence, we need to take help of auxiliary verb. So at the time of using auxiliary verb, we have to be alert about the use of auxiliary verb, unless our sentence will not be correct. So if any student fail to understand any point, they may communicate with any other way. For their welfare, they may participate with us to learn the regular class and to learn the different types of grammatical rules. So I invite all the students to participate with me regularly in my class, and I also invite all the students and student guardians and neighbors of the students and their relatives to invite them for vaccination. COVID-19 is one of the most influential diseases throughout the world, and people of the world are suffering from the COVID-19 situation. So I invite, our government has launched a mega project for vaccination. This is Pezurti. On the other hand, taking medicine for the This is one set of sunnah. We may also get the benefit of sunnah if we take medicine. This is not out of Islam. Islam also invites us to take medicine for disease. This is not a problem. This is not. We should come out from our conservative things, because vaccination, vaccine is one of the most important remedy for COVID-19. This is true that if Allah wants, Allah can save you from all types of disease, but Allah has made a system throughout the world. This is the treatment. Treatment is also permitted from Islam. So taking vaccine, it is not the out of Islam. So I invite all the people of our country should take vaccine as early as possible to make our country normal and to make our country a regular. People can move here and there regularly. Our government can open the education institution as early as possible. So all the persons should take a vaccine as early as possible, because if the people of the country take vaccine as early as possible, our government can take part and open all the education institution, and they can ensure our normal way of life, and all types of barrier will be taken away, and people may move, people may run their daily life, live their daily life normally, and it will increase our economical development, it will increase our society, and our family will also feel comfort. So this is the most important thing for our country people, because if we don't take vaccine timely, if we don't go forward, go ahead of taking vaccine, our country will leave behind, because normal way of our life will be hampered for vaccination. Unless our country, for the development of our country, we should take vaccination. And not only a person who take vaccine, he should encourage the people for vaccine, because some person are in a superstition for about the way of vaccine. So in various ways we should make campaign, we should make gathering people and teachers and other public related person also may invite the people, inspire the people about the vaccine. Because in our country there is some superstition in people. They sometimes feel that taking vaccine is maybe a problem, may create a problem, but this is totally a wrong idea. We should go advance taking vaccine, because if we don't take vaccine timely, our government cannot continue its process for developing, and we also left behind in the world stage. So comparatively with any other countries, we should compete taking vaccine as early as possible. Assalamu alaikum.